Are you still spending like you're in lockdown? Despite an easing of COVID-19 restrictions, some lockdown habits die hard. New research has found that we spend a collective £20.6 billion more on night-in staples. That includes takeaways, TV streaming and subscriptions and alcoholic drinks. That means we're each spending an average of £1,300 a year more on the habits we picked up during lockdown. Wow. Hi everyone, I'm Bamford, and in this video, why our spending habits have changed significantly thanks to the COVID pandemic, and what we should be doing about it. By the end of this video, your budget and therefore your financial plan will be in better shape by understanding this shift in spending habits. Before I get into that, I was watching some television last night and I totted up how much we spend on subscription television services. It's a bit scary. I don't count Amazon Prime TV in this because it's a side benefit of the Prime next day delivery, which I use a lot for the business. But somehow we've managed to accumulate Netflix, Disney Plus, Now TV and Apple TV over the past year or so. Each one's pretty low cost on its own, but added together and then cumulative over a period of years, that's some serious expenditure on access to television. Definitely one for our review list. In a way though, it's quite reassuring to hear that from this new research, I'm not alone. The comparison between spending habits in 2021 and 2020, which was carried out by the insurance broker LifeSearch, means we're spending an average of £1,300 more on lockdown-inspired staples. LifeSearch analysed spending habits in 16 different categories, including food, entertainment, clothes and retail. They found a 47% increase in total spending, with significant spikes in expenditure on health and beauty, petrol, unsurprisingly, takeout tea and coffee and in-store retail. We spent a collective £18.2 billion more, or £344 more each, on alcoholic drinks last year. That's £5.7 billion more than before the first lockdown. 15% of those surveyed said they drank more alcohol in 2021 than they did in 2020. Now, I'm teetotal, so this one doesn't apply to me, but it's interesting to see from research that people were drinking more in 2021. Of course, that's when we had more freedoms to visit the pub or go out with friends than they were back in 2020 during the height of the lockdowns. What is all that about? Almost a third of respondents said they comfort ate more last year than they did a year earlier. That's reflected in a £7 per head average increase in takeaway spending each month. I can definitely relate to this one. Somehow a weekly takeaway habit, a weekly takeaway night, has become part of our family routine. I don't know how, because pre-pandemic we rarely had takeaways. I guess it's habit forming stuff again. You do something for a while and it just sticks. 39% said they are watching more television than during the 2020 lockdown, suggesting that a quiet night in is now a choice rather than a necessity. I'm definitely watching more television than I was pre-lockdown. I still don't watch much TV and certainly no reality TV or soaps. I'm quite selective about what I watch. But as I mentioned a moment ago, we've managed to accumulate this package of subscription television services, each relatively affordable in isolation, but combined adding up to a decent cost. Commenting on the research, Emma Walker, who's Chief Marketing Officer at LifeSearch, said, "Last year we found that spending had increased on the previous year, with particular spikes on things that could be done under restrictions, so takeaways, TV and so on. We expected this year to see spending figures drop, or at least remain stable, as restrictions lifted and people were given freedom to go out again, but instead we have seen spending on night-in staples go up significantly. Part of this could be down to rising costs, but spending has increased so much by £32 or 42% on average per person per month on TV, takeaways and alcohol combined. It suggests that lockdown habits are hard to break. At a time when the cost of living in the UK is at its highest level in 30 years, many may find that habits have to be broken in the months ahead, cutting back on little luxuries to pay for the daily essentials such as food, energy and petrol. Also in this research, LifeSearch found that spending rose significantly on petrol, takeout tea and coffee and health and beauty products. Fuel spending rose by £19 a month per person last year, and it now accounts for 10% of total spending across those 16 different areas they reviewed. That's up from 9% a year earlier, as of course fuel prices continue to rise. I am so thankful for my decision to buy an electric car in 2020. Combined with my Octopus overnight charging tariff, I'm currently driving at a cost of around 1.5 pence a mile. That's versus the 18 pence a mile I would have been paying in my old diesel VW Tiguan. Have you noticed also the roads seem to be getting much quieter in the past few weeks? I think that's because the cost of fuel keeps on rising and people are just leaving the car at home as much as possible. Retail spending rose by £21 per person per month, with in-store spending rising by more than online. It now accounts, in-store spending, for a higher proportion of overall expenditure. And that's an interesting finding too, because the pandemic was this incredible opportunity for online retailers who completely dominated the share of our wallets during that time. But could bricks and mortar retailers be staging something of a comeback? I don't know, just maybe. I can't see our high street ever returning to the position it was historically, and I think high streets are now far more likely to be places that we meet friends, go to cafes and things, use services, hopefully with a few independent retailers hanging in there too. How has your spending changed in the past year compared to your spending habits during the lockdown period? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And sorry I've been away from YouTube for so long. It's because of, well, reasons. I'll make another video quite soon to explain what's been going on. Are you already part of our subscriber community here on YouTube? If you are, thank you for supporting these videos. If not, do click on that little red subscribe button, become part of our subscriber community. It's completely free and you'll never miss an episode. Thank you for watching this video. Until next time, I'm Martin Bamford, and remember, when it comes to your money, the more you know, the faster it can grow.